Welcome, welcome, welcome. Welcome to Mental Health Awareness and Life Challenges. I am Dr. Kayla Taylor. Be sure to subscribe and to like, and you're more than welcome to comment below if you'd like to make positive comments. This is a positive site for positive energy. It's all we're focusing on. But today we're actually going to talk about stress. Yes, stress. We are dealing with so much stress in the world today. I mean, there's everything that we're dealing with has to involve stress, right? But we have to learn how to handle and deal with our stress without it being so overwhelming, without it, you know, killing us, because it is a silent killer, stress. With us being so stressed out, it can make our blood pressure go up, bring on anxiety. Stress levels can get so high where it even brings on depression. Those are two different subjects we'll talk about next time, but let's get back to stress. Yes, stress. Uh, there's so many things that stress us out. I mean, just arguing with somebody can stress you out. If they don't shut up and they just keep arguing and arguing, all right, that's stressful. Not getting along can be stressful. If you're in a relationship, breaking up somebody can be stressful because you're stressed out over the breakup. You're stressed out about what happened that caused the breakup. Going through a divorce can be stressful because there's a lot of paperwork involved and dividing assets and seeing who's taking what. That can be very stressful. Job can be overwhelming and that can be stressful. You may not even like your boss and that can be stressful. You might not even like the people you work with and that can be stressful. You may have children that are just defiant, oppositional defiant, or just not listening to you. That can be stressful. You may have just recently got a diagnosis that you didn't expect to hear. That can be extremely stressful and overwhelming. And then we're dealing with natural disasters, we're dealing with diseases, we're dealing with food problems that people can it may be stressed out financially because there's not enough money to even put barely a plate of food on the table. That can be stressful. you know uh, Dealing with grief and loss, that is stressful. So you have an array of things and that could be stressful. Not only that, it's stressful to even walk outside the door sometimes. If you have to go to the mall, you have to be worried about somebody breaking into your car, bashing your window, robbing you. I mean, the whole 9 yards. Life can be stressful in general. And is this something we have to learn to cope with, something we have to live with? But it's the big question is how do we live it without it stressing us overly too much? That's the issue. And that's where we may have to prioritize our stress. We may have to decide what stress level is more important than the other. We may have to cut out some things so that we can just deal. Okay, you know what? This is stressful. And I know I have to deal with it because you have no choice, right? You may have to go to court over a ticket, and that could be stressful because it's like $2,000 and you didn't want to pay it. That could be stressful. But just imagine if you have financial problems, marital problems, um, job problems, health problems, and then all of that is stress. That's like major life challenges for you, major decisions that have to be made. How do you prioritize my job, my divorce, my finances, my health? What if you had all those issues? How do you prioritize them? Well, you have to choose what's more important to you. For me, it's my health. Okay. And without that, I can't do any of the other. That's it. So health would be a priority for me. I can put the divorce, if I was getting a divorce, on hold, because I got to handle this, my health situation. The finances, that can't do nothing with that because again, goes back to my health for me. But then there's people who are sick going to work. I mean, I had a friend that I knew who literally had to work because they were going to be homeless if they didn't work and they were battling cancer. I mean, and he literally died at work. So it's like, at what point in life do you decide what level of stress you want to deal with and what level of stress do you want to let go? You know, what's more important to you? What takes priority? A lot of people, hey, I mean, times are changing. People are living off the grid. They're living in mobile homes. They're living in vans. They're creating makeshift vans. They're trying to do whatever they can to eliminate as much of stress as they can out of their lives. And I'm with you, because even There's even people who are toxic that I have to just say, you know what? I don't want to deal with them anymore. That's it. So your circle may even get smaller because there's people in your life that are stressing you the hell out for no reason, because, or you just got somebody that just constantly calls you, it's like, do I want to own this issue? Do I want to own this too on top of all my stress? What does it take you back to in life? First law of nature, self-preservation. I'm not saying be selfish and ignore other people. What I'm saying is that we have to be whole. We have to preserve ourselves, make sure that we're good so that we can be a vessel to others. How can I help you if I'm broken? If I have all these stressors, I don't know if you would get 100% of me because I'm stressed out, right? So you have to focus on what it is that is affecting you first, get you taken care of so that you can help others, or what percentage of what I can put aside to help someone else without just going overboard, you know? Because it is a silent killer, stress. Very much so, silent killer. We don't even realize how much stress we put on ourselves, our body, to where we forget the things that we need to do for ourselves in life. We may be running job, running our kids to school, getting off work, cooking dinner, making food, washing, cleaning. We forgot, who am I? I forgot myself, right? Maybe I need to take a hot bath and just relax and woosah. Maybe I need to go outside and just chill and just relax, clear my mind. Maybe I should go get a massage. Maybe I should get a pedicure. Maybe I should do something for myself to relieve some stress because it can become overwhelming. We can totally forget. And that level, cortisol is just rising up, the anxiety and the nervousness because of all the stress, the things that we need to do, and the things that we forget to do to help reduce the stress. You literally have to fall back, literally, and say, whoo, even if you did it for 5 minutes, give me 5 minutes to breathe. That's helpful. 5 minutes of your time to breathe. Just breathe. Yes, let me. Whew. All right, let me get back to what I'm doing because life keeps going 24 hours. There's just not enough time in the day to do all that we need to do. And we'll work up until the last minute, the last hour before it's time to just eat and go to bed, wake up, back to the same thing. And before we know it, 20, 30 years has passed and we're worn out, worn down, and exhausted. Too exhausted to do anything or go anywhere, period. Barely even want to talk to anybody because we're so stressed out and tired. We're living such a hard life of struggle, right? So when you think about stress, try to just figure out ways to find time for yourself. Make yourself a priority in life. Make yourself important to yourself. Because after all, especially if you have family and kids, I want to be around for a long time. So guess what? I need to cut some things out of my stress level. Yeah, I do. I need to cut some things off or put these things aside, deal with these things so I can come back to it. But to overload myself constantly, 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 it could become a silent killer for myself, but doing too much. We always tend to do too much. I'm not saying don't try hard. What I'm saying is take time out for yourself. Be able to love self, self-care, and just, feel good about it. Like, oh, I had a day to myself. Rejuvenate yourself. Recharge. That's what you're doing. You're on a recharge. Yeah, I'm recharging myself right now, so that I can keep going, you know. Take time for you. You like this? Be sure to share, like, make comments, if you think about some things that you want to talk about, because that's what life's all about. Life's all about challenges. That's what it's about. So thanks for visiting YouTube channel. And I'm Dr. Kayla Taylor again. Mental health awareness and life challenges. Until the next time.